You want to know everything about the Christmas update. You clicked on the thumbnail. I know damn well. In this video, I'm not going to be like those other people being like, oh, like and subscribe for 3 legendary pets and this. Here, let me quickly find it. And, and this giant megalodon for free. Enter your username in the video. No. I'm going to get straight to the things. Without further ado, this is all the specialties and everything you need to know about Roblox Fish's Christmas update. Let's get into it. Alright, I got Royal Escort. So, the first thing about this new update is we got some new things to have. You see here, click E, it says the Moosewood Skin Merchant. This is where you get your purely cosmetic things. I don't know about you guys, but I think these look like blade ball swords, so you say, of course, bro, and then you'll see all of these. You'll have the winter bundle. I personally haven't bought it, might buy it soon. And then you got your 3 crates. You got the Ancient Isles crate with your skins for most of the rods that are craftable, like the what's this rod again? I forget. But these are most of the rods that you can craft in the area. This is the Rod of the Depths, so and it costs a lot of money. So I personally would say this is only for endgame players who really don't have anything to spend their cash on, and for like people who want a cool looking rod. Otherwise, save your money. We want to save for next week's update at the time of this recording, but and then we got the Desolate crate. Same thing, except it's just cheaper, and you got the rods from the Desolate book, the Trident rod, the I don't know what that is, and just a bunch of rods, and then you got the Moosewood crate. Exact same thing, just cheaper, and then the legendary rod is the um what's it called? The King's rod. So yeah, this is just the equivalent of gambling, and if your country doesn't like support like gambling, like if you're in like Australia or England, this area won't be available to you. But since I'm in the United States, proud American, I got to have access to this. Not like I want to, but you know, something's better than nothing. All right, let's get to the rods. We want to say something before we get to one of the first rods that you can get. Um, there will be most of like these outposts. Like this one doesn't actually like have like any gambling crates in it, but most of the islands, if not all, have gambling crates added to them, and they're not going to go away anytime soon. So don't worry about being like, oh my gosh, I need $1 million before the new update in December of the 19th. No, you don't gotta worry. We all we gotta do is just save our money and be financially responsible. Don't be like gambling guy. He lost money. So that's where our first shot will be. I'll be honest, it's pretty buns. I already owned it, but I'll quickly show you the stats. It costs 1,500 cash, and it is the candy cane rod. We got a lure speed of 10, a luck of 25%, a control of 0.01, which isn't the greatest, a resilience of negative 2%, not good at all, and a max kilograms of 150. This rod, it's not good. There's no easy way to say that. It's just it's not good. Although there is one special thing about it is that a sweet and minty rod with a festive pattern, all fish have a 10% chance to be festive. I don't know exactly how much the multiplier mutation like bonus is for the festive, but it is another way to make money, which is good. Money is good. So I'd only suggest this to like very beginner players who like caught like their first flounder at Moosewood. And like if like you're also like a completionist who just wants like extra rods and has extra money, go ahead and buy this, but don't actually use this. So that's one of the rods. Let's get to the next one, which actually doesn't need any like cuts or anything. Let me quickly just pull it out. Where I might have passed it. Oopsie poopsie. Um, there it is. The Astro Rod. This rod, in my opinion, looks really cool. I feel like a lot of rods don't have this type of feeling, but, like because most of the early game rods don't really look this cool. But that's besides the point. We really gonna care about the stats here. It has a 10% lure speed, 30% luck, 0.05 control, 5% resilience, and a max kilograms of 1,000. And this rod has a special ability to have all fish be lunar with the 5%, which is pretty good. Again, not an amazing rod for like late game or end game players, probably just a collectionist item, but it is really good for like an early game player. This rod, really good, and it's free. The code was, if I remember correctly, Thank you, followers. Two. Now I already redeemed this, see, as it says it already been redeemed. And remember, these codes are very sensitive on the spelling. It has to be exactly like the right spelling to do that. Now, I think there might be one more rod. I'm gonna quickly double check, so I'll see you in a sec. One more rod that was added in this update, and we need to go to the Ancient Isles to go check it out. Trust me, it might be what you expect, it might not be, and it's in the crafting area, so get ready to go get some goodies for that. To the Ancient Archives. Nobody gives a nut about you macro abundance. So here, if you haven't already unlocked it, I'll just quickly review what you need to do. You need to get 4 people, a solar eclipse, and the 4 fragments. And I might do a video later how to get the fragments, but that's really all you need to know. I bet most of you guys who are watching this already have unlocked this area, but if you haven't, well then, best of luck. So here we are at the anvil. You see, you got all these rods, but then here is the new limited rod, the Krampus rod. It's honestly been it's a lot better than the rods that we've seen before. But we have a lure speed of 30, a luck of 15, a control of 0.15, which is pretty big, a resilience of 8, and an infinite max kgs. And its passive is that every 10 seconds you get a temporary buff. I don't have this rod to show you what that'd be like, but like a good example would be like, hey, you get 10 catches, and then all of it, like a sudden, then it'll say like a pop-up will come up on your screen, and it'll say you got like luck 5 for 3 minutes or so, something like that. So it's not the worst rod, but in my opinion, it's really just a collector's item. Good for like mid-game players, so yeah. And then just have a few more things to share, and then that'll be it for this update. Nothing huge, because this update wasn't meant to happen. We weren't supposed to get any content until Northern Expedition, which I will be covering later. You gotta wait for that. So yeah, we'll be heading to the little funny area with the goodies in it. Back at the Winter Village, and so as far as I'm aware, this is the last bit of content that we got is the new bestiary with all the new fish in it. So when you open your bestiary, you gotta go to it, and then you gotta go up here to limited fish, and then here are the 4 limited fish pages: the archaeological site, fish freight, fish giving, and what we're gonna focus on is Fishmas. See a bunch of fish here. I'm only missing that one rare fish, the serpent. But yeah, most of these fish here, I'll be covering just how to get them and probably trying to fish a few up. So Icicle, it's just a fish that likes holly berries. He'll get it every now and then. The deer, he likes berries, or holly berries, I mean. Clear or foggy weather and nighttime. And remember, these are just like the conditions that they're better to catch in. They can be caught in any conditions, but they're a lot more common to be caught when you meet all the conditions. Like the icicle, pretty easy to meet its condition. It's just bait. But then the deer, you need weather, time, and bait. And then some also need a season. So if he like only like to, summertime, then he need to meet hollyberry, clear and foggy weather, nighttime, and he'd be even easier to catch in summertime. That'd be like the highest times. But then if none of those conditions are met, you'll be struggling. So that's a quick just like summary of how these things work. So then the cookie for Santa. He likes holly berries for some reason. I don't know how that works, but it does. Some pre-presents, they like magnets, so magnet rod would be good. And these work just like crates. So I wonder if I have any on me right now. Nope. Oh, okay, I can't show it, but when I do get one, I'll show you how they work. And then got the gingerbread fish, they like peppermint worms, clear weather, and wintertime. And then the ornament fish, a kind of shiny one, they like holly berries, the autumn, and that's all the requirements they need. Santa salmon, they like holly berries, rainy or clear weather, and spring or wintertime. And then the bait crate, again, just magnet, nothing too complicated. Bufferfish, peppermint worms, foggy weather, nighttime, and winter. And the basic present is just magnet. Oh yeah, and then quickly, these are like 3 different rarities. So the basic present is you're gonna get it the most often. Uh, The unique present you're gonna get like well, relatively often, and then the supreme present you're gonna get like every now and then. So that's how they work. And then, oh, did I cover glass of milk? Yeah, glass of milks for some reason like peppermint worms. And then the candy cane carp. He likes peppermint worms, daytime and winter. And then finally the snowflake flounder likes peppermint worms, rainy weather, and nighttime. Now, sadly, I can't show the stats like directly of the serpent, but I do know what he likes. The serpent only needs like the requirements for the highest chances to get him is just foggy weather and escort foggy weather and um where is it? And the holly berries right here. So let's see if I can quickly get a bite. I highly doubt it, but yeah, and then all the fish when you're fishing here in the little snow globe area are all gonna be blue, so don't freak out like, oh my god, I got eliminated! Oh my god, this is so rare! Like, just don't freak. It's not gonna be that difficult to get. It's not even gonna be difficult at all to get any limiteds here. So yeah, and there's not too much else about the update to cover, besides I guess maybe the new codes. Oh yeah, there is a new code that I forgot to share with you guys, and then a little secret over here. Ooh, cookie. A little secret over here. This cave apparently is gonna have a rod in it, so keep an eye out for that. And also one of the other codes here, you gotta remember you have to have very specific spelling on the capitals or lower cases. It's Mary Fish Muss. And you see, Mary Fish Muss has already been redeemed, so it's still available, so claim it while you can. And that gives you some bait, a bit of money, and I think that's it, and a bit of more Aurora bait. And then finally, last thing I want to cover in this video is going to be Mr. St. Nicholas himself. But before I do that, there's just these things. If you have Robux to spare, buy these. They're cool. And then the Bumblebee Jet Ski is the new fastest vehicle, Frost Word and Rod, horrible, and the North Star Bobber, cosmetic. Simple as that. But then St. Nicholas over here, he is going to be out in 2 days and 18 hours. Yeah, wait, 2 days and roughly 19 hours. So that'll be like around probably Tuesday, like early in the morning on Tuesday, and he will be coming with his sleigh and I believe the reindeer accuser. Don't quote me on that, but I think he will. So be an eye out. Be on the eye out. Did I say that? I think I did. Don't judge me. Be on the eye out for these boats. They're not the best, but they look funny. So I try to get them. So yeah, and that's pretty much everything about this update. We should be grateful that the devs even gave us an update. A controversial one. Here, let me show one of the controversies real quick. I think they might have fixed it by now, but the last time I checked, the no life rod got a severe nerf. Never mind. Never mind. Scratch that. They fixed it. But yeah, so the developers, I can't speak today. The developers have been hard at work, and I hope they put their time and effort in to Northern Expedition because Ancient Isles, I feel like it was mostly a flop. So many level locked rods. Just like one new bestiary. Overall, it was a good update, but just Ancient Archives, I feel like was a failed thing. But at least they're trying stuff, so yeah. And that's pretty much it for this update. Nothing too big. So yeah.